Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at Disney Plus with James, and we are actually here in person at the D23 Expo. It's just finished. We've just had some dinner. Yeah, and this is a little bit different, so we're just going to kind of do a bit of ramble. There's not really going to be a lot of focus. So we've just done the last 3 days of D23. We also went to Disneyland on Thursday for Disney Plus Day, which was great. But there wasn't a lot of Disney Plus stuff there, was there?
No, there were some balloons. There was a little area that you could take pictures there that were the cylinders or whatever. And then there were blue churros, which we avoided like the devil. Yeah. No, not touching those.
We did get some badges. We did get some hats. And there were some photo opportunities going on throughout the day, but generally there wasn't a huge amount. We had all the new content that dropped. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be honest, most of it I did watch beforehand, so I didn't realize this until today, but actually there's a D23 Expo recap on Disney Plus every day, and I didn't realize that until I logged in. So hopefully they stay there because I'm going to check them out, but I only found that out this afternoon. So they've actually been putting stuff up on.
I just found out right now.
Yeah, so it's like unsurprised. I mean, I've not even turned my TV on since I've got in America.
No.
So we've been so busy doing stuff. So we had lots of different panels. We're going to try and focus more on the Disney Plus stuff that we can remember, because there was quite a lot of stuff we saw.
Well, we had different panels, yes, for the most part.
Yeah, so I went to all of the main panels. So I was able to go to all of them: the Marvel, Lucasfilm, and the animation, the Legends, the Disney branded television, and then the Disney Parks ones. And I'd say four of the 6 panels that I went to were all about Disney Plus. So yes, it was much more.
So I went to the games panel, the Muppets, Muppet Christmas Carol Celebration, 30th anniversary, and then the Disney branded one. Those were the ones that were kind of focused. The rest I did for fun. The Christmas Carol one actually ended up did have a Disney Plus connection to it, a very small one, but I was kind of surprised with that.
Yeah, because that's coming to Disney Plus in December. Like they're adding a new version in the
right. So Christmas Carol's already on Disney Plus. You can go and watch it now. But there's a song that's missing from it called "When Love Is Gone." I think it's When Love Is Gone, and this has been controversial for people who like the Christmas Carol because it was not in the theatrical cut, and they were going to add it back in, and the producers have been very vocal about it, but they lost the negatives.
Yeah.
And Disney is like, we have no idea what happened to the negatives. But apparently 2 years ago they found a first strike copy, which is not the negative itself, but it's like the next best thing. And they found it, and they're going to splice it back in. And I think they said it's going to be a special feature. So you go to the Muppet Christmas Carol, you go down to the extras, and there will be a version of the movie with this song spliced back in. It'll be up on December 11th on Disney Plus. And then they had Jodie Benson come out and sing the song. So the voice of Ariel, and did all of the music.
Did the Muppets come up as well?
They did. They did not sing that song, but they did a medley at the end. And then at the beginning, Gonzo introduced us, and Kermit and Miss Piggy were there. It was great. And it was fantastic.
During the Disney branded one as well, the Muppet Mayhem started off with Animal. I love that. That was so cool. Yeah. Is that kind of weird thing? Was that kind of weird thing? That's the Muppets. It's like, and as a kid that's grown up on the Muppets, there's pictures of me as like 2-3 years old with Muppet Show t-shirts, and I had Muppet Babies, all that lot. So it's just, it was really weird seeing it. So let's talk about the Disney branded one, because we both were at that one. There was a lot of stuff. A lot. It was funny because I was talking to a few people in the queue the following, and most people were like, "Oh, we didn't know what it was. We didn't know who." And I'm like, I pay way too much attention to what's on the Disney Channel, because I knew pretty much everything that came out. I'd either heard about or known about. Which probably was, to be honest, I really enjoyed it. It was a really fun presentation. Watching the High School Musical, the series, they did a big presentation of the big dance number. It was so weird just seeing like Gina and Josh and just all jumping around, and I'm like, that is them. And it was really weird. It was like when in some of the other panels, the actors come on, it was like, oh, it's the actor, and they're talking. They start talking about, we'd film this, but they kind of came out in character.
Yeah, they're dancing around, they're doing flips and cartwheels.
And I mean, I was lucky enough. I was only in like the 3rd row, so they weren't really any further than from here to our bathroom. it's just like
we realize you can't see the bathroom, but we're in a typical hotel room, so you can picture it. Probably.
So it was really fun doing that, and also we had the zombies. They came out and did a performance. Not that I like zombies, but I did like this. You know, when they're dancing and stuff.
It doesn't matter if we like it. A lot of people like these, like Under Wraps. The sequel is coming out. They had those come out as well.
That was quite impressive. They had lots of them coming out. Percy Jackson was one of the big ones,
of course.
And it's really weird as well because it feels like between all the panels that I've seen over the next 2 years, I feel like I've seen nearly all the main actors for all of them for the next 2 years, kind of thing. So that was good.
Well, the interesting thing about the Percy Jackson one is that's one of the first shows that we knew about on Disney Plus, and even now we're still like 2 years away from when it's going to come out. But we did see the three primary actors and actresses come out, which was really cool.
And I feel like this concept of a teaser trailer is like basically probably the first day of filming, or just a tiny little. So I'm glad we saw that one. National Treasure, that's coming out in December. I can't remember. I can't remember all the dates. I've got to go through all the schedules and redo everything because there's been so much stuff.
And we don't have a teleprompter here. We're doing this off the cuff, so there might be some inaccuracies.
Because to be honest, the last couple of days I was going to do videos. One night I filmed a video. It was so bad. And I was so tired because I've been up at like 4 o'clock every morning with jet lag. I just quit, and so I figured we'd do this one. And last night. It's just so much stuff, but some other things off the top of my head. A new Duffy animated series. It's a short series. It's coming to Disney Plus. We don't really know much more than that, other than there's 6 episodes. They announced that during the park panel this morning. Also, The Mandalorian is going to have a meet and greet at Disneyland Galaxy's Edge, which we did on. I love that place.
Well, yeah, we did that with Darth Vader, though. Yeah. But not with Mandalorian, because that was not. But Grogu's going to be part of that, too, right? Baby Yoda?
He's in a little basket and stuff, so that's pretty good. We also got a new trailer for a new Mickey Mouse documentary coming out. I believe that's on the 18th. Haven't seen that trailer yet, because that was announced this morning.
And that's all, but by 18th, you mean like a week from now, right?
No, November.
November, okay.
So November. I think that's Mickey Mouse's birthday, so that's why they're releasing the Mickey Mouse one.
That makes sense.
There was also a host of holiday specials announced for Disney Plus coming this holiday season. A hip hop thing and snow. There's Best Day of
Best in Snow.
Yeah,
Best in Snow. That was it. But also from the other panel, we finally got a look at Werewolf by Night. Speaking of holiday.
Right. Have you seen the trailer?
I watched the trailer. The only trailer I haven't watched is Andor, because that's coming like at the end of the month.
I don't get what Werewolf by Night. It looked awful to me.
I think this is going to be a very Americanized one, because especially when I was growing up, there were a lot of these like schlocky horror shows that would come on late Saturday night. We're talking like 11 p.m. when you're supposed to be asleep because you're a little kid at the time, and they're just terrible movies, and you're supposed to make fun of them the entire way, and you can tell that this is in that style.
Yeah, because it's like Marvel Studios special presentations,
and it's got the old Grindhouse style.
I don't know if that's what it's going to look like, or if that. But
I hope it's not.
The fact that that's coming out, I think it's on the beginning of October. I think it's the 5th or the 7th off the top of my head. They've been hiding this for the last year, and now they've basically dropped the trailer and said, "Oh, it's coming out in 3 weeks."
Yeah, it's kind of questionable. It doesn't make me feel like they have a whole lot of faith in it, which is unfortunate.
To be honest, it was the one thing of like, this looks awful.
I wouldn't go that far, but again, I grew up where I see the style it's mimicking.
I hate horror movies. That's the thing.
This is not going to be horror. I'll tell you that.
It was. I think that was the trouble. So that one didn't really do much. We saw the new trailer for Secret Invasion. I'm loving this one. That looked good.
Yeah, and I've said in the past, like I did not like the comic storyline for Secret Invasion, but this looks much better, and it's great to see Sam Jackson involved with it. It was great to see Kobe Smolder.
Yeah, she's going to be
as Maria Hill. That looks like it's gonna be good. Don Cheadle, of course, coming back as Rhodey.
They did confirm Armor Wars is coming as well.
Right.
So they did confirm, because obviously they didn't say it before. There wasn't really any major news. We saw a lot of extra footage when I was at the panel. We saw the trailers that you saw. We also saw some footage of Ant-Man and the Wasp's Quantumania. We saw some footage from Loki season 2, because they all came out, which was a good one. And that again ties more in with Kang. We also got to see a little bit of the Marvels movie. We got to see a little bit of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. No Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. That was the one I would have I'd have lost that bet because I was expecting that one.
I was expecting that too, to be honest, because that would go alongside the one we were just talking about.
We also had Echo. That we saw a little bit of Echo. And all the cast come out, and it was great because we all were doing the clapping.
Oh yeah, right.
Because the thing is, I was doing it when she came out because of like Strictly Come Dancing. The girl won, and so everyone would. So I knew what to do. I'd been trained by Strictly.
See, the only one I know is Happy Turtle. Yeah.
There's other ones I know, but I don't think you're supposed to use them.
I think most of us know those.
With that, there was also. Vincent, Kingpin was part of it, and then they brought out Daredevil. Now I did say to my wife this morning when I was FaceTiming of like, got to see Daredevil. That was, and they were like, we haven't filmed anything, so we can't show you anything.
But they did reconfirm 18 episodes coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah, because all the Echo crew left, and like Kingpin stood on the stage, and Kevin was like, you going? He goes, no, you got to do mine now. So that was good. To be honest, it was very much a case of really kind of showcasing everything coming out over the next 18 months to 2 years. I know a lot of people were expecting a lot further in advance and a lot more announcements, but they were really just, I think they've announced so much too soon that they kind of needed to hold back. I know, like the Fantastic Four, they literally got the director to stand up, no cast. I maybe feel like one of them hasn't signed on yet, so they can't do that.
And he wasn't even on stage, right?
He just literally just stood up and they just filmed on him. So that was a bit funny. They did reveal the Thunderbolts. So you got like Red Guardian, and everyone went nuts when David he was great and he was loving it. So that was good. Yenna's coming back. She did. Florence Pugh did a video zoom in kind of just sort of
because she was doing
the Venice Film Festival earlier this week because there was the whole other thing with Harry spitting and all the rest of it.
Well, I was going to focus more on Brendan Fraser getting a standing ovation for his work over there.
Yeah, she did. There's a whole other thing with that one. We've also got Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. She's coming back. You're also going to have Captain. You're going to have Bucky Barnes is going to be one of the main ones. You're going to have Val,
a U.S. agent.
There
was one more, wasn't there? Maybe not. There might be some who haven't been announced yet as well.
I'm expecting like Abomination might be in it or someone like that.
They do seem to be leading towards that possibility.
Oh, in Captain America 4, the Captain America: The New World Order. Which as a wrestling fan, that has got a whole different meaning. They did confirm that the leader is coming back
from the Incredible Hulk.
From the Incredible Hulk,
yes.
So that's going to be interesting. I don't know how that's going to lead into it. It's going to be a bit weird of having a Hulk in with Captain America. Wasn't where I was expecting.
Well, but the leader's not a Hulk. He was originally supposed to be like when you have a hero, the villain is supposed to be the exact opposite. So the Hulk is the raging, mindless beast, and the leader is the genius, but not particularly strong. But it'll be interesting to see how they do that. And then they also bring in Sabra, the Israeli superhero, actually.
Yeah. But the only thing is, I'm wondering if we're going to see the leader maybe in She-Hulk.
Wouldn't surprise me.
We also got to see a little bit of She-Hulk. We got to see a little bit of Daredevil, of them kind of a little bit of flirting and stuff going on there, which, because obviously they haven't got anything from Daredevil to show, but they did show us a little bit of that one there. See, this was the thing, is being in the room, it was a 3-hour presentation. It was long. It went about an hour longer than it was supposed to. I came out of it going, that was the best thing I've ever seen in my life, because there were so many people came onto the stage and there were so many movies, and so it just went on and on and on. And I've seen, there was like Sigourney Weaver was on stage, Harrison Ford was out there.
I would love to have seen that.
And he was really emotional. He was really emotional when he was talking. The woman from Fleabag, she was on there at the stage of him. There was all these, and then we saw all these clips, and not all of them went out on the internet, but there wasn't really anything new. There was nothing we didn't know. So I can see why people were a little bit, but I think in some ways they went too far in advance, and so now they just pulled it back in a bit. But no, it was an amazing panel. I'll be honest, I was just, Yeah, I mean, just having everybody out on the stage, like you got Cassie and Andor, we saw all of them come out. I had the cast of The Mandalorian Season 3 come out. Was not expecting a teaser trailer.
Right, which they did release, so you can see that right now if you want to.
So that was great. They have announced that Bad Batch Season 2 has been pushed back to January.
Which is interesting. We were not expecting that.
No, because Disney have not leaked it, but they put it up on disney.com.au. They put it up on Disney Plus itself on the home banner. And they even had an ABC video go out saying that it was... So I think they've pushed... There must have been a last-minute decision to push it back.
So either they need to retool some of the episodes, maybe the animation wasn't working, or they just were like, we need to separate this from Andor and let it have its own spot.
That's what I think it doesn't. It shouldn't need. I don't think it was a good idea to have that and Andor going up at the same time.
I would agree with that.
So that's that coming. We've got a new series of shorts, Tales of the Jedi coming out.
That looked really good.
I think it's in October sometime. So we're getting all 6 at once, free on Count Dooku, free on Ahsoka. The animation looks amazing on that. Also, during the Disney branded one, we saw Young Jedi Adventures, which is going to be coming in 20. Basically, if you can imagine Amazing Spidey and his amazing friends or whatever it was, it's the Star Wars version of that one. It is for preschool. It's for kids. Just accept it. It's just a junior kid. It looked fun.
It looked fun. If I had a little kid that I needed to stick in front of a television,
I'm gonna be putting my nephew, who's 4. Because he loves Spidey and his amazing friends.
He'll like this.
Yeah, and it's his birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday. He won't be watching it, but I'm missing his I'm missing his Marvel birthday party.
That is very
yeah. So I was like, oh, because that's like that would have been great.
Been Avengers, yeah.
But yeah, so that was so there was that one there. Willow, we saw a new trailer for that one. All the cast came out on the stage. Also, Christian Slater has been. He came out on the stage to talk about it, so he's confirmed for it. That series looks fun. I'm looking forward to having something a little bit different. We also had the National Geographic, National Treasure people came out on Disney branded television. So Catherine Zeta-Jones and everyone from there.
And we saw a little teaser for that one too.
Yeah, and Catherine Zeta-Jones. I mean, I was watching her as a kid when she was on the Darling Buds of May, and so for me, she's been on TV since I was a teenager, so she's always been quite a big thing.
Well, this one works out for me because the movie I know her from is Entrapment with Sean Connery, and that was another thieving, adventuring.
She was
movie,
also in Chicago. I don't know if she got an award.
I don't remember if she did or not, but she was very good in it.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think what else we saw. There's just been between everything's been spread out.
Well, they did a lot of the Disney Channel shows. So you had them talking about Raven's Home, the Proud Family Louder and Prouder Season 2, a couple other shows from there. Some of them kind of blended in. What was it?
Prom Pact. A new movie. We got to see some sizzle reel, but I don't think they've not released it out to the public for that one.
No,
because it was live streamed, but I don't know if that one did. That bit didn't. I couldn't find the YouTube video when I was putting the video up. I put the article up.
That might have been, but I didn't realize it was the same 2 people from Kame Aloha.
Well, they were actually a couple in real life.
I didn't know that either.
So that was why they were like junk, and so we know a little bit more about that one. High School Musical Season 4 is going to be they're going to be filming High School Musical for the reunion, the movie, and they're going to be extras in trying to get into the movie,
right?
Because they're going to be it's all a bit like meta,
and they had Descendants for. They announced Descendants for.
Yeah, and so that one's going to be trying to think, and then also as well, obviously on the Friday we had the animation panel and the Disney live action panel. So we saw a little bit of Win and Lose, which is a brand new series coming from Pixar next year. We got to see a little clip of Zootopia Plus, which is coming to Disney Plus in November. We also got a couple of new movies, and I've completely gone blank. One of them is about an alien first contact.
Elio?
Yeah, Elio, I think it is.
And that's Pixar, right?
Yeah. We also saw some really rough footage of Elemental. I mean, really rough. I mean, this was like drawings. It was that rough. When then it would suddenly slice to like a test swing. They also announced a new movie called Wish, which is coming out next year, and that's going to be like a 2D, 3D thing about a star coming down and becoming like a thing. With that one, I can't remember her name, but she won the Oscar for West Side Story.
Oh, right. Yes, we're talking about her.
She performed the song from it. It was amazing. It was absolutely, and that finished the show off, and it was amazing to do that.
Well, a much better way to end the show than Avatar, probably.
Oh yeah, because that was when we had all the Star Wars stuff, and then we moved into the Marvel, and then they went on to like Avatar. But loads of people got up and started leaving, and the lead of the studio literally had to say, "We haven't finished yet."
Well, you'd already been going on for like 2.5 hours at that point too.
It was already over. And so they pulled over the shutters, so everyone kind of got like separated up. They handed out these glasses, and we got to keep the cloth, the wiper that's got Avatar on it. And we got to watch some clips, and some of it actually looked like a video game. I don't like 3D because I have to wear 2 pairs of glasses. It's just not comfortable. So I'm going to try and watch Avatar. I want to watch it, but I'm going to watch it in 2D. I just don't. I know they were going on and on about how great the technology is and it did look beautiful, but it's just I find it uncomfortable, and I didn't really.
Well, the technology they used for Avatar 1, for the 3D, whatever technique it was they used, gave me a migraine. Yeah. So when I watched the first Avatar movie in theater, I actually had to leave.
There was a little bit of that. Well, I did actually stop looking because I was like, I don't want to trigger it for me. I feel they made a mistake in Avatar going last, and they gave out a free poster. Now, I love Avatar, so I'm quite happy. I had so many people complaining, going, well, we went to a Marvel panel and they gave us an Avatar.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are overthinking how big this movie is. It might be when it comes out, but no, there is no love for Avatar in the same way.
Right. So, like,
I was really annoyed because they had all these action figures and they weren't for sale. Because there was this Banshee and it looked amazing. I could have spent a fortune on that.
That was over at the McFarlane booth, right?
Yeah.
Those look good. And the Mirrorverse one, I know nothing about Mirrorverse, but those look really good.
It is a game, and I was like, I'm not getting in them.
It's a mobile game.
But yeah,
But Avatar, it was such a beautiful movie, but the story is so bland. Like, I remember very little of the story, except you go, oh yeah, it's based on Pocahontas, and then I go, okay.
Basically, most of it is them going into the water because they're being chased, and so they have to go and find a new family, and it looks beautiful when it's underwater.
I have no doubt this is going to be a gorgeous movie, but Disney really is going to have to prove in the second one that there is a story to be told.
Well, James Cameron zoomed in from New Zealand because he's filming the 4th movie right now. I mean, this is how much faith they've got in it. They're already on to the 2nd and the 3rd film were already filmed. He's now filming the 4th movie, and I think there's a 5th movie.
There's a 5th one, yeah.
There was one scene there where I felt like it actually it sped up. I don't know if he was he might have been 120 frames a second, and I felt like it was a video game.
Maybe.
But I got me seeing Sigourney Weaver on the stage, and also Zoe, and I've forgotten her name.
Saldana.
Yeah, and also Jake. I don't know who.
I don't.
Because I'm currently watching him in Under the Banner of Heaven. I've only got one episode left, and he was so good in that.
He was. That was a good series. Yeah. I mean, not to segue too much, but if you haven't seen that one and you're okay with some really messed up stuff, that's a good show.
Yeah. Speaking of the Hulu stuff, there was a big adventures or journey place where you could go in and you could have your photographs taken with loads of different bits and pieces. I went on. If you go on my social media, I've been posting them up, and to be honest, they're stupid. My family had such a laugh at the fact of me doing this Kardashian one because I walked in and did this pose.
Oh my god!
I had to do it.
You do. Well, if I remember correctly, the picture is also her lounged over.
Yeah. And this is funny. I bumped into Bertie Gregory, and he went and did the photo shoot. Because I asked him if he'd done it, and he goes, "No, I haven't done it." So he went and did it, and he said, "So that was a little that was something that he told me about." So that was good. And there'll be an interview coming up this week. One of the little things that's a little bit of a.
That's a live interview too.
Yeah, it's my first ever in-person interview. So that's going to be going up this week. So I've got that one booked. I'll be honest, I was brooking it, and he's so lovely. You've got to watch Epic Adventures with Bertie Gregory. It is actually one of my favourite National Geographic series of the year. It is really good.
Yeah, because the trailer, which is all I've seen so far, really didn't grab me. I wasn't super into it, but having seen some of the stuff here at D23 and some of the promo material, I'm like, this actually looks really, really good. So I'm excited for that.
So you had that, and there was a place where they were doing little presentations. So I saw the guys from the hosts of What's Up Disney Plus. They were the official ones. I saw Black Nerd Comedy because I've been following him for years. So it was fun watching him up on the stage. When I was just walking out of D23, they had the director of the new movie Maja, which comes out next week. So she was on the stage.
Sorry, I forgot because this reminds me, when I was over there, I was watching them talk about American-born Chinese.
Yeah.
And they had people talk. We forgot to talk about that one because that looks really good.
That looks so good. That was and seeing Michelle Yeoh. I mean,
she's fantastic.
I've been a fan of her stuff since like way before Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
So yeah, Crouching Tiger was my introduction to her, but then I've gone back and watched her older movies as well. But then recently she's been doing such amazing work. I mean, we saw her in Shang-Chi, and she was a voice in Turning Red, and then
Raya. I think
she was I don't know if she was a voice in Raya.
I don't know.
But she did that other movie, not a Disney movie, but Everything Everywhere All at Once. That is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, they added that onto Amazon. Amazon Prime, like just the day before I left.
Watch it, guys.
So I'm watching.
Really good.
So I'm gonna watch that because I've been wanting to watch that one. So that was when she came out. That was great. So that series looks so. I'm in on that one because that one's. I just want something fresh. I want something original.
When they first described it, when we first got the brief recap, I was like, oh, it's a high school or a middle school story about a Chinese kid coming up, and there's plenty of potential in that, but it's Blackish, but with a Chinese kid. It is not that.
It
is
Kung
not
Fu
that at all.
And there's the Monkey King.
Looks great.
I'm totally in on that one. This is the kind of thing that Disney branded television. Everyone's like, oh, I don't think. But there's like at least 4 really good series coming over because Big Shot, that was coming up. The trailer got released. They didn't show us the trailer in the panel, but they did release it online. I haven't watched it yet, to be honest. The Wi-Fi is a little bit iffy. I mean, this video might take might take all night to upload. So it's
I wouldn't be surprised.
So there's definitely just a lot of stuff there. Also during the I'm trying to think with the animation. In terms of the live action.
Well, really fast with Big Shot, bring that one up because they're dropping it all at once this time. Yeah. Which either it's going to be the only the remaining season, it's going to be the last season, or they don't have a lot of faith with it, or I'll go with option 3. Hopefully, is they're testing out the binge model to see if it can sustain something. But this says to me they don't have an incredible amount of faith in that.
Yeah, this feels a little... Because it's strange, because the first season was good, but I'm a bit surprised they're not going with the drop, because they're doing it with everything else. So you would have thought that maybe they just feel like they've got too much coming out, because we've got Mighty Ducks, Mysterious Benedict Society, and Big Shot all dropping within like a 2-month or a month.
And then some other things as well.
Oh, Santa Clauses, of course. So we got to see Tim Allen and the crew, they all came out. And we got to see the trailer for that one. That looked fun.
I don't think they released the trailer, but there were some fun cameos in that trailer.
They have released the trailer online. So
did they?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I only know him because of press releases from ESPN. So that's the only...
Oh, I wasn't talking about the football player. I was talking about like towards the end. They're cameos from earlier movies of the Santa Claus.
Oh, right,
bringing characters back for the show. I'll let you guys find those out on yourself if you want to watch
Yes, it's just been... It's just been so much. There has been a lot of stuff. We got to see a lot of stuff. We had a lot of cast coming up on the stage. I think if you were at home, you were maybe expecting a lot more news. It does fit, to me, it was like the list of stuff that we were reporting on. It did feel like we got a lot more Disney Plus stuff out of the branded one. And I feel it's this catch-22 of if they try and give us too much more in the future, the D23 in 2024 needs to deal with that stuff rather than like, and or some ways going too far in advance. And things change. Like schedules change frequently. I will always remember I went to one of the D23s. I want to say it was 2015, and at the animation panel they announced a new Pixar spin-off film. I don't remember what it was called anymore, like Wings or something like that. And it looked fantastic. It was Cars. But planes, and not the plane spin-off they already had. This was like serious planes, and it's been canceled. And I was like, oh, that's really disappointing because the teaser was really cool. But they announced it too far in advance, and then it was gone. Well, that's why they tend not to put dates on anything at the minute too much. I mean, because they seem to be moving stuff around. But so I don't know if you heard this, but there's been a load of reports all over, like Variety, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline. Chapek's been doing a load of interviews. and they were asking him about like the future of streaming. He's been very much like, we've got 16 months left with Comcast. We're going to be bringing more stuff together, that we need to put more entertainment on Disney Plus, but we are under contracts that we can't do anything. We're trying to do it early. We're talking multiple interviews. If this was not the biggest sign of what they are planning, he wants them together. He wants a suit. I don't know whether or not he was talking a little bit like ESPN, but he's the Hulu's. He wants to sort this one out. He even referenced that. Like in Europe, where we've got all the Disney Plus and like all the original stuff, he literally said they have had 0 problems. And you're talking about, they're obviously aware of the fact that there was not a problem with this bringing, and I've definitely felt like this at the TV Pavilion, where they had all the Hulu stuff. We were doing all these photograph stuff,
right.
And you had like, you had like Grey's Anatomy next to this, next to that, Bertie next to this one. Because I was speaking to an executive, and we had a good chat, and he said, you can see that they're not really leaning in on it this much, but there was panels on American Horror Stories, Bob's Burgers, The Simpsons, but basically along the lines of, I think Bob Chapek basically just went out there and said, we can't do anything until we get this contract, and we're not paying Comcast the money that they want. I think that's the way I'm reading it, because he's basically saying, well, we can't do anything. He said there was negotiations going on. There were so many interviews. He did a real, and it was like, it wasn't just one interview. I was talking like 3 interviews where he was very open about the fact that he wants to let the consumers decide, but he wants much more. And also there's been a lot of stuff about like tracking what you're doing as a Disney Plus subscriber and like interactive, and I think they are going all in on Disney Plus, and they just didn't really announce a lot. It's again the Hulu contract, and here in the US as well, it's a US based system. Everything's still quite separated. I mean, there's a little Hulu section, but no one was really in there.
No,
I did take there was a photo opportunity to sit in the paddle.
With the stream.
And I put the hat on and I did it. Because it was just like, I know it's a really bad advert, but I couldn't resist.
I've never seen that ad, so I had no idea what it was referencing.
So I had to do it.
At first, I actually thought that the person was Tim Allen in his like Santa Claus, but he was like, it's summer, so I'm taking a break, but no, I guess it's a whole thing.
It's Batista.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah, they like aged him like. Sort of thing.
I had no idea that was him.
It was. I know so many different pavilions. They were giving you like some pins.
They were giving out a lot, actually.
Yeah. The queues. Just as a bit of. So obviously, this is my first D23. The queues were just insane.
The virtual queues were useless.
I did manage to get in on the virtual queue for the shopping, but I didn't buy anything.
Same.
I've got lots of posters and stuff, but. It was a lot better later in at the end. Unfortunately, everyone was buying so much merchandise. But for me, I was a little bit tricky because I was obviously had the presentations, and it's not just if it was a 2 to 3 hour presentation. You were having to wait like an hour to 2 hours beforehand, and then it took about half an hour to get out because they're trying to get. And if they were giving you stuff, it really just slowed down. And then I would often go up. I'd go up to the media room and then do some reports and stuff. But obviously, you needed to eat, you needed to go to the loo, and also you had to see stuff. Like then one day I had an interview. I had jet lag. I mean, I was up. It's been I've literally had blisters. It's been. I'm gonna be honest. It's been one of the most. Best experiences I've had. It's been amazing, and I gotta say this to everyone that came up to me during this week. Thank you so much. I honestly, I can't put it into words. If I am like 5,000 miles away from home, and I'm walking along and people are shouting out my name. So I tried to speak to everyone that said hello. It was so humbling, and just I'm in Los Angeles.
And there's people.
And it's crazy. I'll be honest. It really was just like. So everyone that did say hello, I did try and, it was my thing of like I wanted to say hello and have a chat with you because it was just insane. It's for me. It just feels so like I do this. Make videos out of a little bedroom in a little bit of England by the sea
or in a hotel room.
Yeah, and and it's just like. it was incredible. And also the people from like Disney, that a couple of people I spoke to this week, you know, it's just been incredible. I'll be honest, it's just it's so just, I would say, humbling, but it's just amazing and an amazing experience.
It's weird to get recognized.
It's really weird. It is really weird.
I will give a shout out. The first person other than you who recognized me was Red Mars. One of our Patreon.
I didn't get it's trying to see everyone, and there was a few other YouTubers I saw in person as well, like Tim Tracker, like walking behind me, like when I was walking, and there's like. There's a few other people, and it's like it's really weird because but I like I did say, you know, I spoke to so many people, and also just sitting in the queues, talking to people. I feel like I've been on trips before on my own, and I've literally sometimes come back, and I feel like other than speaking to like somebody at a cashier, that's like, and I've spent, and obviously we've been like speaking every day, and like we've been hanging out. We've been out for dinner a couple of times, and it's just been, it's so weird. It's funny because my wife said, "Have you ever get off?" Like I said, it's like it didn't even. It was just normal. I said to her, it's like, you know, after 7 years of doing this, it was completely natural.
Yeah. Even this is the first time we've ever met in person, but it was just like, "Hey, Roger, how's it going? All right, you ready to go to the parks? Let's go to the parks." Yeah,
we took a picture in front of like a Galaxy because I was like, well, we're going to do it properly, and it was so quiet because we were allowed in half an hour early because we were Disney Plus subscribers, and I had really bad jet lag, so I was up so early. But yeah, it's been an incredible experience out here, and I'll be honest, it's been great.
Well, it was funny because you got in there super early, and I got in just regular early, and for whatever reason they put the ropes back up. Yeah. So I'm like, I can see you over here by the castle, but there's a rope between us, and I got to wait for them to do the rope drops. I'm just like, all right, there's Roger over there.
And I've got to say as well, if you've been looking at the pictures, and I've been in this T-shirt, I have had 5 of them, so I'm not in the same clothes every day. I did buy.
And I have one of them. I have a different one. But
I thought about every day of this trip I've been in the same T-shirts. Like, no, I did actually buy like 5. I had one every day, so I was fresh.
It's important to specify that because it is a convention, and I know it's a trope or a meme or whatever, but there really are people who just don't get changed, and it's really gross. Yeah.
I shower in the morning, shower when I got back, new clothes every day. But yeah, it's been an experience, and I'll be honest, it's been great. Tomorrow I'm gonna be going to the theme park for the last day, and then I'm gonna be flying home the day after.
This will be your first time at Disney California Adventure, right?
Yeah, because the last time I was in LA, it was about 17 years ago, and I did Disneyland a couple of times before. So I haven't been here for like, and it was kind of weird because we did loads of rides and stuff, and we've been doing panos. But like, we've just been relaxed. I wasn't really kind of giving myself an itinerary, and it has been just an amazing experience. Just being out here, it's for the first time ever, like being here, because this is like the 6th D23 event that I've been covering for Disney stuff. Because before I did like video games and toys and stuff, and to actually be here in person and seeing it, and like, you know. Went and spoke with like the team from the Disney side. I spoke with them. I spoke with some other people as well. You know, and just like meeting people. It's just been an incredible experience. And I'm ready to go home because I'm exhausted. That flight home, if I don't sleep the whole way back, I'll be surprised. And I mean, literally like 5 hours of sleep a night all week.
This is kind of crazy time. This is my 3rd D23 in person, so I've been to 3 of these previously, and it's kind of a weird, like, you can see the evolution over time, like, because like the first ones that you would have covered would be big in Vinylmation, and those would be dominating the floor. And by the time I got there, you know, Disney Infinity 3.0 was coming out, so that was huge.
The Disney Plus launched last time.
The Disney Plus. I was not there for the Disney Plus launch. I was there for 2015, 2017. Skipped 2019, I guess it was. That was the one, because 2017 was so horribly run that I was just like, I'm not doing this again. And then here I am making a liar out of myself, But now you look at the floor and it's like no Vinylmation, very little Funko. They had a booth, but there was still very little of it.
Well, I went to this booth. There was 2 pops left. There was 2 designs. I brought one. One of them I did like, but it was like I didn't even get to the floor until this afternoon.
Right.
So I didn't even get to. Walked through it. I went around the Disney Plus section, but I didn't go and do anything else. Like I took a load of. I'm going to be putting some stuff up of like all the costumes from the series, but I didn't even do that till today.
Right.
Because the panel was just and then doing coverage after the panels, and I'd come back in the evening and work for a few hours doing stuff. So it's just I'd be sat there sat on the floor in the queue just like typing away. And people would be coming up and stuff. So it's been it's been an experience. It's been a lot of fun. I am exhausted. I don't know how much money I've spent on bottled water.
I don't want to know. Anyone who's been to the parks knows you just don't look at your credit card statement. You pay it, and you move on.
Yeah, so it's been great, but it has been an incredible experience being out here at D23. There's been a lot of stuff. Yeah, I've had a great time. And I feel like there's been a lot of news. I feel there's been a lot of we've seen so many trailers. When you actually put a list of everything, because I need to do that, like everything that's come out, there's been like 20 trailers. There's been loads of, and it's like, none of it. The trouble is, as well, if you're a fan and you follow us here, you're going to know about this stuff. But I feel a lot of people probably didn't.
We have our own little echo bubble in the Disney sphere, not just us, but just like all the podcasts and the news outlets and the YouTube channels, and we feel like everybody knows. You know, you knew Armor Wars was coming, right? But then if you talk to people who are outside the bubble, maybe family members, they'll be like, Armor Wars? What the heck is Armor Wars?
It's funny because there's people in the queue and like you can hear conversations going on, and they're talking about like, oh, I think something's happening with Disney Plus and stuff like that, and I'm like, you don't know what?
Hey, look at my shirt. Not mine, but his shirt. Look at his shirt.
But the amount of cast members going, so what's on there then?
I had a couple of those, and I was like, when people would do that, like, what's on? So what is on Disney? I'm like, the Mysterious Benedict Society. Go watch it, and things like that. I used it as an opportunity to pimp some of the shows that I really liked that did not. Get
I just felt really weird because it's funny. Everyone's so friendly and charming. It's not. I mean, British. We don't talk to people.
I had one negative experience, but I'll let you do it.
I've had a lot of people like I think as well, like being out here and stuff. It has been great, and it has been a fantastic experience. Like I said, anyone that we saw, thank you so much. It's so great. But so here it is. Anything else you want to add?
I'll just tell the story real fast. I went into that shop center. You had to get into the virtual queue, and neither of us bought anything after waiting multiple hours. My queue was 390 minutes, by the way. Yeah. But I get inside.
Mine was 480.
Jeez. Okay, you win. I get inside, and it's packed in there, right? It's just everyone. There's no room for anything, and this guy bumps into me. And he's carrying a cup of coffee. Fortunately, didn't spill or anything. But it's like, man, you need to watch where you're going. And I'm gonna throw the coffee in. I'm like, okay, you know what? You need some help. Oh. You need to de-stress just a little bit over there. And it wasn't even me bumping into him. It was him bumping into me. And I was just like, disengaged from the situation. But that over a 3-day weekend, and that being the only negative experience, is actually pretty good.
It's been a lot of fun. I'll be honest, I am exhausted. I was watching the Princess concert, and I was just like, I'm finished. So I got back and like, right, we're gonna go. We went out for pizza. Yep. And then we've just had pizza, and so we're coming back here to do this.
You had your first ever breakfast pizza, even though it's like 7 o'clock at night.
It was like 7 o'clock at night, and like scrambled egg, bacon, cheese.
A potato.
And potato on pizza. Never seen anything like that in my life.
And the cream fresh.
And people talk about putting pineapple on pizza. I had a cooked breakfast on a pizza.
That's really good, though.
It tasted nice, but nevertheless, I'm done on turkey sandwiches.
You devoured.
I was starving. It's like I've only been eating like turkey sandwiches from the hotel lobby for the last 4 days. But so there we go. So that is D23. We'll be back next week with a normal episode. So there we go. So it's like I said, it's our first time on thing. We've been having a blast out here. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com, and we shall see you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.